Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today, Alex and I are back to reading some more of the stories that we've had purchased. I feel like this is a safe space for me to tell everyone that I've broken the buy freeze like 17 times.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say about it because it's true.
It's true. I mean, I wish that I could say that I was lying. But, maybe if people stop making amazing things, I won't feel the need to purchase them.
If everyone could just put things on pause until, I don't know, let's give it through May.
Yeah. It was supposed to be we were done by May, but I don't even think I've started yet. So we'll see. We're getting there. But anyways, today we are focusing on some things that we have purchased so that we can, again, try to dwindle down that crazy long list. Today we're reading 4 new stories, and we're going to let you know which ones are worth reading.
Okay, so starting off, I just have to say it was a busy work week. So yeah. I read some short stories this week.
I think that's fine.
They were great. Great short stories. The first one that I read is called Lucid Dream.
Okay.
This one is about Rayam, and he is a high schooler. He seems to be on his own. I don't know. Didn't see any family members with him. Mm-hmm. But he sleeps like 15 hours a day.
I wish.
I don't.
That sounds like my dream.
That sounds like my nightmare.
Well, let's see which one it is for him.
Well, we'll see. So he's like falling asleep in school, and it opens up with him, and he is being woken up by a girl named Gian, and Gian is saying like, hey, it's our turn to take the trash out. So get your lazy ass up. We gotta go. So they go and they're taking the trash out, and Rayam is kind of thinking back on his past, and you find out that Gian and him both grew up in a different village. So they were both in elementary school together, and then she moved away, and then he later moved away as well. It's like they lived in the country and then both ended up moving into the city with their families.
Yeah.
And so her personality has changed completely from when she was a kid. So she was a huge tomboy when she was little. She played with all the boys outside and did all the sports and everything in her cute little red dress. So it was very adorable. Mm-hmm. And then now in high school, she's very reserved, very mild-mannered, and she is very focused on her studies. Mm-hmm. And she seems to hate Rayam. And Rayam is like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I knew her before and she doesn't want people to know that she used to be rambunctious and she used to be a tomboy. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of ignore it. Whatever.
Yeah.
And so then you see him go into his dreams, and he is a natural lucid dreamer. So I don't know if you know anything about lucid dreams, but what lucid dreaming is you can train yourself to recognize when you're in a dream so that you can control your dreams. It's
sounds pretty wild.
It's kind of terrifying. I did it once, and I recognized that I was dreaming, and I was so scared that I was dreaming that I woke myself up. And I never did it again.
Oh my gosh.
But he can do this without training. So people train themselves to do this. They'll have a mark on their hand or something that they mark with red marker or something, let's say, and put it on their hand. And so whenever they're dreaming, it won't be there. So that's how they know if they're in a dream or not.
What if you can start dreaming that you have the red mark on your hand?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on that one.
These are the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. You can do more research on it. Let me know what you find out. I don't mess with dreaming and sleep and stuff. It's scary.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah. So he goes and he lucid dreams, and he has found out that if he brings something back from a dream, it shows up in real life. So the first thing it shows him bringing back is just some loose money. So yeah, he brings back this money, and then you can see that he's can't see everything. Some things show up as kind of black blobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like there will be people walking around or what look like people, but they're just like black mirages.
Like he can recognize that it's supposed to be a person, but it doesn't look like one.
But it doesn't look like one. And he finds an object like that and he takes it out and it's like some alien thing that he's never seen before. And it's not alive.
Mm-hmm.
So he flushes it down the toilet because he's scared. I mean, rightfully so. It's a little scary.
It's a little creepy.
And then he decides to never bring back anything that he can't see.
Okay.
So then he's awake for once in his class.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and he overhears a couple of guys talking about some girls who went missing. Mm-hmm. And it was two sisters. The younger sister fell into the river, and then the older sister jumped in to save her, and they both went missing.
Why do I feel like this is connected to what he flushed down the toilet?
It's not.
Okay. I'm like, did he flush the sister down the toilet?
No, he did not. It was Gian and her younger sister.
Okay.
So it's the girl who hates him.
Uh-huh.
And so he ends up going back to his dream because he's like, I can't do anything about it. Goes back to sleep. And he sees her in the dream.
Yeah.
And she's about to walk into the abyss. And he stops her and is like, you are dead. That's why you're here. Mm-hmm. And he ends up bringing her back into the world. He's like, I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried to bring back a person before. I've never brought anything that big back. But like, if you want to take the risk, I can try and bring you back and see if you live. So she does go back with him, and she thought she was dreaming and realizes that it wasn't a dream when she wakes up with Rayam. Mm-hmm. Then Gian says that he needs to go back and save her sister, like, because it worked to bring her back. And Rayam says that he doesn't know what she looks like, so he can't see her. He can only see things that he has physically seen in person before.
So even from like a picture, it won't work.
Yeah, so it won't work, even if he recognized her in a picture, still doesn't know.
Yeah.
So eventually Gian is like, okay, well, what if I died again and then I show up there and I help you find her? And Rayam is like, that's a bad idea.
Kudos to Ram. He's like, no.
Yeah. He's like, it's a miracle that I found you the first time. Who's to say that I'll be able to find you again, that you'll believe me that we're looking for your sister because you thought it was a dream last time, remember? Mm-hmm. And so he kind of talks her down from this. And what ends up happening is he agrees to go back into his dream and just kind of look around for her and see if there's anyone who, like, would be around her age and is in that area.
Yeah.
And so he goes and he starts, like, yelling her name out into the streets.
Yeah.
And
out in the open.
Out in the open, yeah. And there's a, like, shorter, smaller figure that is following him around. And he is like, okay, I can't see you. I can't talk to you, but I think you might be Gian's sister because you're following me around. You're answering to her name. And so he's walking around, but he's, like, getting a weird feeling. And then you see...
I'm getting a weird feeling.
Oh my gosh, me too. You see from the flip side that the younger sister is being led around by a shadow figure as well. So from her point of view, she is also, like, intact and seeing these shadow people. So it looks like they did find each other, even though he's got that weird feeling. So he starts, like, wandering around. He's trying to decide what to do now. And then he sees a glimpse of a red dress. And it's the red dress that Gian was wearing when she was a child. And he remembers her wearing that, so he can see the dress. And he sees another figure with that dress. So he goes and he grabs her and they leave. And so he does take the sister back to her. But then, like, who were those other people? Why was the one small person trying to go with him? Why was the other person trying to lead the younger sister out into the abyss? I don't know.
Ugh.
And that's it.
Ugh. Creepy.
So Rayam is he's speculating. He's thinking like, okay, maybe one of those people, maybe they thought that they could trick me into bringing them back if the younger sister was gone, but he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And
all speculation.
So it's a very, very open-ended.
I kind of like that.
I loved it. I think, so one thing that was like really, really beautiful for this one is that when they're in the real world, everything is more muted colors and looks a little bit more natural. When he's in the lucid dream, everything is super vibrant, very colorful, like pink skies. He has blue hair, and it's just gorgeous. This is one we picked up for the cover because we saw the cover and we were like, that's beautiful.
And it is.
And it's absolutely worth the read. It is, I didn't even say how long it is because this is a short one. It is
7 episodes.
9.
Oh.
So this one is 9 episodes, and it's beautiful from start to finish. Yeah. I loved it. I mean, I'm looking at the prologue cover right now, and it's just absolutely stunning.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. So read it.
Okay. I will. That's actually like a doable one. 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always kind of one of those toss-ups, though. I feel like with those short stories, like sometimes you feel like you didn't get enough. So it's great that they were able to do all the character development and everything for you. So the one that I did is also not super far along, but it is an ongoing series. This one is called Melt Bless You. I 100% picked this up for the art because it looked so unique. Also, the cover was very striking because it kind of looks like this weird mishmash of like a really sweet little blonde girl in the middle. And then there's like this dog on one side of her. And then this like random dude. And like none of their vibes seem to really match one another.
Is the dog also a person?
Yes.
Okay, because it looked like the dog was
a humanoid
person.
dog.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll get straight into it. This one is a mystery comedy romance. So there's kind of a lot of different elements in this one. But it's only 23 episodes so far, so not too hard to get caught up on. And it is on Leeson, so highly recommend if you're on the platform. It's a great one to get into. This story introduces you to Melt. That is the blonde girl's name. Her name is Melt.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a choice.
Short for anything? Melton?
Not that we know of. But we see Melt when she's like a little girl. It's like her 5th birthday party. And everyone goes, oh, what do you wish for? And she goes, I hope to live happily ever after with my family forever. And everyone's like, aw, you know. And then it fast forwards and it's another birthday party. It's almost identical. Like almost all the decorations are the same, everything else. And you see these like mob people who are attending the party, like taking down the decorations. And they're like, you'd think that the boss would throw a different kind of party for his daughter now that she's 20 years old. But he did the exact same thing. And they go, what was it that she wished for again? And her wish on her 20th birthday is I want to go on a vacation by myself. Like completely alone.
So she's just done a 180.
Yeah, complete opposite. But you find out that this humanoid dog that you see on the cover is her father. He is like this head mob boss.
Okay.
And they call him the top dog. Like they make a bunch of like funny references. They're like, look at that mongrel, you know, things like that. But he really is this humanoid dog. And he is obsessed with his daughter. His wife passed away. She's like his pride and joy. He's like, I'll do anything to make sure she stays safe. So what does he do but keep her locked up in the house? So she's never left. Like between 5 and 20, she's stayed in the house the entire time, always has security on her, and like has not gotten to go and live her life. So even at the birthday wish, he's like, I don't think I'm going to let that happen, but you can like grab some ice cream or something with a bodyguard with you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to know, is he the only one who's a dog or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else is a person.
Do they explain?
No.
Okay.
No. And you know what? With like the vibes of the story, it just kind of fits. Like after a couple episodes, you just kind of ignore it.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, you're kind of curious the entire time. You're like, how the hell did this humanoid dog have a blonde human daughter?
Yeah.
And they don't really talk about that either. So,
do you know what the mom looks like?
Nope.
Okay.
Not a clue.
I'm getting where the mystery is.
That's the only mystery. Well, it gets weirder. Funny enough. So Melt does go for a drive with her bodyguard. She's excited to just get out of the house. And unfortunately, her bodyguard is shot through the window of the car. And this person named Bud goes, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but I've been hired to kidnap you." And she's like, I mean, okay. She's like, I mean, it's not the vacation I wanted, but like, I mean, I guess I get to go by myself, so it's fine.
Oh my gosh.
And immediately, Bud regrets this. Melt is giving him the hardest time ever. She's got all of the spoiled brat energy. She's like, "Thanks for this cardboard pizza. I don't even know if you can call this pizza."
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, "Really? You're going to make me sleep on this bed? It squeaks a bunch," you know? And Bud is like, "Get her out of my house. Like, please, I just want to give her over to this third party that hired me." In the meantime, her father, Dunning, is losing his ever-loving mind. Mm-hmm. He, like, picks up one of her pictures, and all of the little cronies think that he's going to throw it, but he's just holding it and crying. And he's like, "No, I just want her back." So he sends his number one, her name is Asha, and this, like, crazed newbie, like, almost an intern, who's just, like, I don't know, trigger happy. Mm-hmm. And he sends the two of them together. So it's Asha and Boba. Like boba tea. Bubble tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty great.
Does he like bubble tea?
I wish. He does eat a hot dog at one point, but we'll get there. So they go out because they're trying to track down Melt. Bud immediately sets up a handoff. So Bud is trying to hand Melt over to the client that hired him. He's sick of her. He's like, "Jesus Christ, get her out of my hair. I just can't handle it anymore." And the client is like, "Did you really think that somebody who kidnapped Dunning's kid is actually going to get away with this?" And he's like, "I can't have you as a witness." And he shoots Bud.
Oh my gosh.
And Melt is sitting at the table with them at this diner. And she's just like, "Ugh, I really don't like you." And she's like, "So Melt says that you're going to die instead of Bud because I like Bud better." And Bud's wound immediately starts to close up and this guy starts coughing up blood and he dies instead.
So she's magical.
Yes.
Did she know she was magical?
Yes.
Okay.
So Bud is very confused. He also like feels his organs like rearranging themselves to fix whatever the hell happened when he got shot. Mm-hmm. And he is like sick to his stomach, also confused at the fact that she's magic, and like all around he's just like, why the fuck is this happening to me? And Melt is like, "I really like you, so here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna make a contract with me and you have to help me explore and like get to live my life because I'm in my 20s and I haven't really gotten to do much." Mm-hmm. And she goes, "And in turn, I'll just make sure that you can't die unless I allow you to." And he's like, "I don't know if I want to." And she's like, "Well, I'm not really going to give you a choice." And so she like makes this contract and she's just like, "Okay, so now you need to take me to a hot dog stand." They're like stained in blood. And she's just like, "Let's go adventure." And all these people in town are like, "Why are you covered in blood?" She's like, "Oh, because we're doctors." And you can just tell, like, she's never socialized with, like, anybody.
Yeah.
And Bud is like, "We need to change our clothes and we need to get the fuck out of here." Meanwhile, Asha and Boba are really hot on their trail. Like, you can see they're just, like, one spot behind them the entire time. Like, they make it to the hot dog stand as soon as they've gone to go change their clothes. But now she's just this emotionally stunted witch who's been held captive for 20 years, has no idea anything about life. And poor Bud is just sitting here trying to figure out all of the mysteries, like, How is she a witch? Is she really the mob boss? Because he's like, maybe she's the one with all the power, and that's why her dad kept her locked up. Because if he's like, don't you wish these bad people were dead and she could make it happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're just trying to look at all the angles of everything and figure it out. And Bud's trying not to die, which as long as Melt doesn't let him, it's not going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
It is wild. I love it. The art is just so unique, which is why I started it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very muted palette. And then as soon as something important's happening, huge pops of color. Melt is hysterical throughout the entire thing. She's just a spoiled brat. And I love them.
I want to know why her name is Melt. It's the biggest mystery of all.
I don't know if you're ever going to get an answer to that. Like, there are some things that are shrugged off on this so quickly. Like, the fact that Dunning is a dog. No one really talks about it.
Yeah.
They're just like, he's top dog. And I'm like, yeah, but most of the times when you say that, they're not actually a dog. But here he is. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of mysteries to solve there. So,
yeah, a lot of questions. We'll see. I don't know if there will be a lot of answers. Who's to say?
Only time will tell.
But honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It's like a very obscure one. So, I don't know if it'll be everyone's cup of tea, but it's mine.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second thing that I read is called The World's End. This is another short one. Mm-hmm. It is 3 episodes long, but what I realized after I started this is that it seems to be like a manga style imprint that has been taken and put into a web form.
Okay.
So each panel is a page. So there's 2 comics in this. Mm-hmm. The first one is called The Frog Prince, and that one is 114 pages, but it's all 2 episodes. Yeah. And then the second one is called The World's End, and that's just the last episode.
Okay.
So the first, and they're unrelated, even though they're together. Mm-hmm. So the first story is about a boy named Yu Nishino, and he is just beautiful. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks he's just the most gorgeous boy ever, and he's just got a beautiful, beautiful face. Mm-hmm. And he is not happy about this because it has caused him trouble in life. So it shows an example of like, one of his girlfriends broke up with him because he was too pretty, and people were questioning why they were together because they were saying that she wasn't pretty enough. So she's like, I don't want to date you anymore.
That's so mean.
And so it's like he's saying that people just only see his beauty and don't see him, and that it's just led him to be really lonely and not have any friends.
He's like, look, I'm beautiful, but I actually kind of suck on the inside. So like,
well, he makes friends with a girl who hates him.
Oh, yeah.
In the hopes that she won't be attracted to him. And you see like a girl at the beginning is confessing her love to him, and he throws up. Anytime someone says that they like him, he just throws up.
Well, that might help to deter them, at least.
Yeah. So this girl that hates him, it's just another like small anecdote where it says that she eventually does like him. She's like, actually, I kind of think you're pretty. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what? So he's all upset. And then we meet our other main character. His name is Ida-kun, and he is kind of the class nerd. He is described as being like the odd nerd, so even the nerds don't want to hang out with him.
So he's special.
He's also a loner.
Yeah.
And so he's very drawn to like bugs, and he wants to go to the science museum every day. And we see that Yu Nishino is a mascot at the Science Museum because you have to wear the full body costume so no one can see how pretty he is.
Yeah.
And so then Ida-kun sees him with the head off of the mascot. And he's like, wow, I didn't know that you were the one in the mascot. And so they end up forming a friendship because Yunishino is like, can you tell me about all of these dinosaurs? And Ida-kun is like, can I tell you about all of these dinosaurs?
He's like, you're going to regret asking me.
So they go around. They're just like talking about all of the different exhibits and everything. Ida-kun is like, I don't actually think you're that beautiful because, I mean, have you seen all these bugs?
Yeah.
They're the beautiful ones, not you. And
okay, weirdo.
And Yunishino is like, this is perfect because he wants to be my friend and we can hang out, but he doesn't think I'm beautiful because he's kind of weird. So they form this friendship. And after hanging out for so long, Ida-kun kind of has a change of heart. And he's like, actually, you are kind of pretty. Not as pretty as the bugs, but you're still pretty. Mm-hmm. And Yunishino is upset about this, of course. So he throws up. Oh and he runs away. And then Ida-kun goes and chases him down and tells him, like, I don't think you're pretty because you have a pretty face. Like, yeah, you do, I guess. But, like, I think your personality is pretty. And like,
not as pretty as this beetle.
Not as pretty as this beetle over here. And so he's like, I think your personality is pretty. And, like, I want to be your friend. And I want to, like, I'm in love with you. And then they, you know, are together. And they're super cute. So that's the first story. The second story is called The World's End. This is also a super short one. And this is about Shin, and he is in space. He's alone. He's terraforming on a planet. Mm-hmm. And you see him communicating with a engineer named Rukia. Mm-hmm. And he is talking to him every day. And they're taught that he's, Shin is at, like, the end of his mission. So he's talking about, like, oh, when I get home, we're going to watch this movie marathon. And, like, they've grown really close throughout this time that they've been communicating. And so once you see the call end, you see that Shin actually has a, like, AI android that he can communicate with that helps him to manage his terraforming and helps him to, like, maintain everything in his little project. And he asks this, like, box to recreate Rukaya for him. And so he does. He makes him. And so they're hanging out. And, like, he's watching movies with him. They go on, like, little dates and stuff.
While he's terraforming?
Yeah, while he's there still. Mm-hmm. But he's like, okay, this is, you know, this is great and all, but you're not real. Once I get back to the real, then I'm, you know, going to be back home amongst my people. Yeah. So then when it's time for him to go home, he's putting in the coordinates to Earth. Mm-hmm. And they're like, the system is telling him there's no planet there where your coordinates are. So come to find out that Earth has been destroyed. And they never told him because...
How could they?
They didn't... Well, they knew it was going to happen. But they didn't want him to come back early because they were like, there's no point in you coming back because the Earth is going to be gone. So... Rukaya made this AI thing be him. So his, like, soul is uploaded into this. And so then you see it's kind of like the, is he the person or is he just a mimicry of the person? Yeah. And in the end, you see that he accepts Rukaya as being, like, the actual Rukaya, and they live together on this planet that they're terraforming.
It's pretty cute.
And it ends with them having a little movie marathon.
Aww.
It's super, super cute. They're both black and white stories. The cover of this one is super colorful, bright, like pinks and greens and yellows. And it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Do you like one of the stories more than the other?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think if I had to pick, I would say The World's End.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the twist I was not expecting.
Yeah.
But they were both so cute.
Aww.
So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read them.
Yeah, and both of those stories, or I guess all three, since there were two in this one, are super, super easy to read. They're like quick, sit down, read for like half an hour. So if you're short on time, or if you're someplace where you're, I don't know, waiting to get your oil changed or something.
There you go.
Read one of these.
Well, if you're getting your oil changed, don't read this next one. The last one that I read today is called My Dearest Misery. It is not the cute, sweet vibes that you had. I will say this is a boy love thriller, and it's a new series. So right now it only has 10 episodes on Leezen. It is based off of Misery by Stephen King, which is not a novel that I've read. So I literally bought the novel because I now kind of want to read them side by side and see what references there are and see how closely related it is.
Yeah.
I refuse to have a Phantom of the Opera situation where everything is in question for me because I don't remember. So we're not doing that again. So My Dearest Misery, my assumption is that it loosely follows Misery by Stephen King. But I can confirm that later on when the story is further along and once I've read the actual novel. Mm-hmm. This story follows a guy named Sheldon. He is a webcomic creator, and he makes thriller webcomics. So he's made this one. It's become extremely popular, and it's about this man, Do-hyuk, and Hwan-young, and they form this relationship together. And it starts out and everything's perfect, like picture perfect, until Do-hyuk hides some secrets from Hwan-young, and their relationship just becomes extremely tumultuous, all of this. Sheldon is in the process of writing the last season of this story, and he's working with like his friend. He's having his friend kind of look over how things are going to go, and his friend is fine with it, but he's like, when are you ever going to write something cheery? Like, why do you always do scary shit? Mm-hmm. And Sheldon's like, because it's not real. Like, it's great because you can make up whatever fucked up shit and then you get to be in the real world and everything's fine. And while Sheldon's at this bar, he ends up having a man approach him, and he looks identical to the webcomic character that he's made. Mm-hmm. And so he introduces himself and he's like, you must be Sheldon, like that webcomic creator. I love all of your work. You're fantastic. We should get to know one another. And Sheldon finds him extremely attractive. So they buy each other a couple drinks. And he's like, I didn't even catch your name. And he goes, actually, my name is Do-hyuk. Like, I know you're not going to believe me, but it's the same as your character. Mm-hmm. And he's like, that's amazing. Like, I had no idea. And then Sheldon just has this idea. He's like, maybe we can hook up. Maybe it's going to be like those fantasies you have of like your fictional boyfriends. Mm-hmm. Like, I can have an actual real life experience with someone who looks exactly like my webcomic character. So he goes for it. They go home together. They start hooking up, whatever. And when Sheldon wakes up after they hooked up, he's like, that's weird. I can't really move. And he looks down and his leg is broken and in a cast. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I don't remember breaking my leg last night. And I was drunk, but I wasn't that drunk. And the guy who said he was Do-hyuk comes upstairs and he's bringing him all this food. And he's like, I'm going to take care of you. It's totally fine. He's like, look, my leg like really hurts. Can we go to a hospital? And he's like, you don't have to go to a hospital, Hwan-young. I'm here to take care of you. And Sheldon's like, no, my name's Sheldon. And Do-hyuk's like, no, it's not. Your name is Hwan-young. And so Do-hyuk makes it extremely clear to him. He's like, while you're here, you should probably work on a different ending for your story, because I'd really love for Do-hyuk and Hwan-young to have a really happy ending together. Mm-hmm. And Sheldon is starting to get a little nervous. He's like, I need you to let me go. And Do-hyuk starts looking a lot scarier. And he's like, I don't think you understand. You're not going anywhere. So Sheldon's starting to think back. He goes, okay, I know we hooked up together. I'm trying to remember what happened. When did I break my leg? Why does my leg feel so heavy? Like, usually casts aren't super heavy. I don't understand what's going on. and he starts remembering everything. And they hooked up, and as he was like laying there and like super drunk, Do-hyuk took a hammer and he broke Sheldon's leg. And the reason that he can't pick up his cast is because there's a big like metal brace for the leg that he's put in there that's specifically made to be heavy so that Sheldon is immobilized. Mm-hmm. So he's like, this man is fucking terrifying. He's trying to trap me here. What am I supposed to do? And he's trying to convince Do-hyuk to let him go. Like, I need to give updates to my manager because I'll think something is wrong. And obviously nothing's wrong. So I just need to continue the webcomic. How will I give us a happy ending if I can't continue the webcomic? And he starts to try to like leaning into it. And Do-hyuk's like giving him some grace. So he's like, yeah, sure. You can do that. Whatever. But Sheldon's trying to do it where, like, at the end of some panels, he's writing to his manager, like, help me, I've been kidnapped. Mm-hmm. And then he submits it. And you find out that on the tablet and computer that he's using, Do-hyuk is monitoring what he's doing. He's like, why would you write that? That doesn't fit with the story that you're writing. Mm-hmm. And Sheldon's like, well, you can't look at it. Otherwise, I'll spoil the surprise of the ending. Like, you can't know what's going on. And Do-hyuk's like, okay, fine. Like, looking at him sideways. But it doesn't work. Sheldon's manager is like, haha, you playing pranks. That was kind of weird. Didn't really fit with the panel, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And so Sheldon is like running out of ideas at this point. He's like, I don't know how I'm going to get out. But he's like, I don't want to keep taking the medicine he's giving me because I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. I need to figure out how to get out of the cast. But my leg is fully broken. So I can't really get out of here. And meanwhile, Do-hyuk is like, really seemingly on the verge of a mental break because Sheldon's keeping him calm for now at the promises of giving Hwan Young and Do-hyuk a happy ending. But it's becoming increasingly obvious to him that Sheldon's trying to escape. So a bunch of cat and mouse, and it is pretty unhinged.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of dark panels in this one.
It was so hard for me not to jump in every 5 seconds and be like, that's right, that's wrong, that's right, that's wrong. Do you want to know what's close or not?
So I'm going to be interested. There are a few different panels throughout this where they will specifically say referencing Misery by Stephen King. Mm-hmm. So there are some call outs where they're specifically telling you what's following the story and what's not. But I am curious what follows it.
Okay, so he ends up with the broken leg from a car crash.
Okay.
In the like he was driving in the mountains in the snow. Mm-hmm. His car goes off the road. Okay. And Annie, I think that's what her name is.
It is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I looked on the back of the book and I was like, great.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was right. So
I always love finding characters that have my name that are just deranged lunatics.
You know.
It's my favorite.
So Annie takes him and like puts him in that bed and everything with the cast. The breaking the leg. That is not an exact scene in it, but there is a similar one. Mm-hmm. And you have to change the ending of the story. That is in it. And there's let's see, what else did you say?
Oh gosh.
There was one other thing that I was like, oh, that's in it. But now I can't think of what. Oh, the pills. He does stop taking the pills because he's like, I don't trust what's in these pills.
Yeah.
And there might be some others that I missed, but like, there are some things that it really does follow and some that it doesn't. I'm so excited for this one. I love Misery.
I have to read this novel because I'm so curious what it's going to closely follow and what it isn't. But I'm so nervous about what order to do it in.
Yeah, that's
because I've already started this. I'm like, I don't want it to spoil it if there's like some huge twists at the end.
Yeah.
I know that Misery by Stephen King came out forever ago. Honestly, and that I'm entirely behind.
I feel like you could read it. I mean, I don't know, maybe there is going to be twists in the webcomic, but it's more of just like that cat and mouse thriller chase than it is like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming kind of, you know? So I don't think that it would like hurt the story if you don't.
It's more dark than like twists and turns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, we have to watch the movie. The movie
Yes.
is amazing. Kathy Bates can do no wrong.
I really want to see it. I know that she did an incredible performance because I've heard this from several people. But yeah, this is ironically my first exposure to Misery in any form.
So exciting.
And I know my husband has told me several times, he's like, no, you've read thrillers that have callbacks and similar elements to Stephen King. You've just never realized it because you haven't read Stephen King. Because I'm a little wimp and I don't read those kinds of stories.
I love them.
But this one has had me hooked. The art is incredible. The like saturation and all the colors, it's just used so beautifully. And I mean, it is just unhinged.
Yeah.
So, not great to read if you're getting your oil changed, but if you're wanting something spooky, great to read on your own.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So, all in all, I think this was super successful. I'm super happy with everything that I'm reading. I think you should definitely, out of the two of these, Alex, be reading My Dearest Misery.
Oh, I will definitely be reading that one. I love Misery. I can't say it enough. I was so excited and I haven't even read it yet.
Honestly, though, like Sheldon's a real one for sitting out here and like realizing that there's no way you could meet a guy who looks exactly like the character you made and has the same name. And instead of him having any red flags about it at all, he's like, I'm about to fuck my fictional character. And like, we can all just pour one out for Sheldon.
Oh, poor Sheldon.
But anyways, thank you all so much for joining us today. If you're wanting more webcomic recommendations throughout your week, you can feel free to follow us on Instagram. But otherwise, we will talk to you all in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.